Good afternoon, you're watching India Today. I'm Gaurav Sawant. The latest that's coming in, all 8 SIMI activists who escaped from Bhopal Central Prison have been gunned down. That's the latest that's coming in from Bhopal. Details still very sketchy. Some reports spoke of an encounter with terrorists, with security forces being hot on their pursuit. Very sketchy details. Just as yet, the encounter is understood to have taken place at the Einthkhedi village on the outskirts of Bhopal, some 40 to 45 kilometers from Bhopal. And this area is just about 11 kilometers from the Bhopal Central Prison. Late last night, between 2 and 3, there was a jailbreak. These terrorists, they were in the hardcore prisoner's cell, and that is where they slit the throat of a prison guard using a steel plate. Then they used bed sheets to scale the 20 feet high prison wall. They have been identified as Mujib Sheikh, Majid, Akil, Khalid, Zakir, Mehboob Sheikh, Amjad and Muhammad Sheikh. This is not the first time that 4 of these 8 had escaped from prison. In 2013, they had escaped from the Khandwa jail. Zakir, Mehboob Sheikh and Amjad had fled in 2013 as well. I have former Information and Broadcasting Minister Manish Tiwari who joins me on the broadcast. Manish Tiwari, what do you make of this latest information that's coming in that there was an encounter, all 8 have been gunned down?
Well, Gaurav, as you were rightly pointing out, the details are yet very sketchy. But it does call for a very deep investigation as to how the jailbreak took place in the first place. And number 2, this entire bit about the encounter, it's a little too pat that all 8 would be allegedly in the same place together. All 8 would be gunned down ostensibly, rather than possibly an attempt being made to apprehend them. So this entire episode requires a very detailed investigation. Let all the facts emerge fully, because prima facie, the whole thing, for the lack of a better word, seems very pat.
It indeed does look odd that all 8 were together after the jailbreak, because some reports initially had seemed to indicate, Mr. Tiwari, that they had split up after coming out, but there was no confirmation. This is what the police was speculating. This incident has taken place 11 kilometers from the prison. So could it be that after jailbreak, they were hiding somewhere, and as one of the reports has indicated, that somebody informed the police, there was suspicious movement, and there are reports that indicate that there was an encounter, there was cross-firing. So this would also indicate that both sides had weapons, sir.
It's quite possible, Gaurav, what you're saying may possibly be correct. So therefore, we are really in the realm of speculation and conjecture. And unfortunately, the converse could be correct too. So therefore, that's why, as I was saying, that this requires a very detailed and a deep investigation. Both the circumstances and the factors which led to the alleged jailbreak, and of course, the facts and circumstances surrounding the alleged encounter. So let the details emerge fully, and then possibly it would be appropriate to comment about it.
And these are the first images that we are putting out on our television screen of that encounter site. Mr. Tiwari, if you're looking at India Today television, this looks like a forested area. There are policemen in plain clothes, there are policemen in uniform, and this is where apparently the encounter took place. These suspected after the jailbreak, the 8 SIMI activists or terrorists were apparently in some kind of an open area. We are still waiting for more information, but as far as the Madhya Pradesh police are concerned, if they've been able to identify, spot and nail them down, neutralize them, this would be a good action by the Madhya Pradesh police, sir.
Well, as I said, you see, ultimately any encounter would obviously lead to an inquest proceedings, and the inquest proceedings will also determine as to how exactly the entire thing panned out. Gaurav, I guess it's too early in the day. Let fuller facts emerge, and then possibly somebody would be able to reconstruct the entire situation and circumstance in a far, far more compelling manner.
Mr. Manish Tiwari, for the moment, many thanks for joining me, sir. You're absolutely right. We need some more facts at this stage, but these are images of those 8 terrorists who had escaped from prison, 8 SIMI activists who had earlier today fled from the Bhopal Central Prison have all, we are told, been gunned down in an encounter at the Einthkhedi village on the outskirts of Bhopal. India Today's Hemendra Sharma joins me with the latest. Hemendra, what more are your police sources telling you?
Well, police sources are saying that all 8 have been neutralized in Einthkhedi village, which is on the border of Bhopal and Raisen. And this is the Gunga police station has in fact neutralized them, and this has happened at around 11:30 p.m. The initial reports that were coming on were saying that there have been a police movement in Einthkhedi. The terrorists have been surrounded from all sides, and the police have been given instructions to shoot at sight. But now we learn from the police that all 8 have been neutralized. But having said that, no top police official, including the DGP, neither the Home Minister, they haven't come out with any kind of confirmation as of now. But yes, police sources are saying that all 8 SIMI terrorists who escaped from the Bhopal Central Jail last night, they have been neutralized in Einthkhedi village outside Bhopal on the border of Raisen district.
Okay, so they were challenged by the local police there, and this, we are looking at these images. You are there on ground. We are looking at these images of a forested kind of an area. It's an open area. There's undergrowth in this area, and these terrorists, were they hiding here? Did they have support? Did they fire back at the police? Any clarity?
Well, as far as this area is concerned, this area appears to be around 15 to 20 kilometers from the Bhopal Central Jail towards the north of Bhopal. And they were probably moving towards Raisen, and this is a forested area, and probably at around 10:30, 11, they were challenged, initially spotted by someone, informed the police, the local police, the Gunga police, the Einthkhedi police. They surrounded them. They were reinforcement was also sent in. This is the initial report that we are getting. And then they were neutralized at the spot. But the identification of these terrorists is yet to be done. Top sources saying that yes, this encounter has taken place, but no confirmation coming from top police officials on record right now. But yes, top sources saying that yes, these 8 terrorists have been neutralized at Einthkhedi outside Bhopal.
Okay, and we are looking at images of the Madhya Pradesh police personnel, some with their assault rifles and bulletproof jackets. We are looking at some other images of personnel in plain clothes and some with their rifles slung over their shoulders, walking towards this area. Can you describe to our viewers where these SIMI terrorists were? You're saying this is about 15 to 18 kilometers from the prison. Where is this area? What were these chaps doing these people doing once they escaped?
Well, as you said, yeah, this area is about 15 to 18 kilometers from Bhopal Central Jail. This is on the border of Bhopal and Raisen. The area is called Einthkhedi, and this is a secluded area, forested area, and this is a one-way, single-track road that heads towards Raisen from the Bhopal Central Jail. The road, the area is forested, and there are security officials, there are policemen deployed on the spot. They are saying that they have neutralized these 8 terrorists, but they have not yet been identified. And also, no one from among the top police officials are speaking anything on record on this at the moment. But yet, they are saying that at the spot, there was action by the police. The police had concrete information that these terrorists was moving towards Raisen from the Bhopal Central Jail, and they were challenged in Einthkhedi area. So, and there was no retaliatory fire. That initially that we are learning from the police, that there was no retaliatory fire from their side. They were moving towards their side, Raisen, when they were challenged and killed.
Okay, and this is sensational, given the fact that Bhopal police and Bhopal administration, Madhya Pradesh administration was in the line of fire for these 8 escaping. Is there more clarity on how the 8 managed to escape?
Well, as far as the escape of these 8 SIMI terrorists is concerned, they broke the Bhopal Central Jail between 12 a.m. and 2 a.m. They were armed with a sharp-edged weapon. This sharp-edged weapon was initially used to kill head constable who was changing guards with another guard. He was also tied up by these terrorists and injured. And thereafter, they scaled this 20-feet wall of the Bhopal Central with the help of ropes and bedsheets that they also had. And thereafter, they fled towards Raisen. And in Raisen, before they reached in Einthkhedi, they were challenged by the police. The police had an idea that they had reached there. So early morning, at 4 o'clock, the police was already in action. And by 11 a.m. today, police sources are saying that all dreaded 8 SIMI terrorists have been neutralized.
Okay. At this point of time, when we look at these images, there is still no clarity about whether these people, these 8 SIMI terrorists, whether they were armed, whether they had access to weapons, whether they had outside support, or they broke out on their own and they escaped on their own and were trying to make their way elsewhere. Any clarity on these aspects?
Well, in the past also they had escaped from the Khandwa jail. So as far as their having some kind of coordination with outsiders is concerned, it is highly likely because they were moving in a particular direction. So the knowledge of the local area is a must for them because remember, all of them are from outside Bhopal. None of them is from Bhopal. In fact, 4 of them are from Khandwa and others are from other parts of the state. So they have the local knowledge how to move, which direction to move, and they were moving towards the direction of Raisen. So it is highly likely that they had some idea. There was someone coordinating with them. But as far as weapons is concerned, it appears that they didn't have any sophisticated weapon with them, and it appears that there was no retaliatory fire from their side. That's what police are telling us, that there was no retaliatory fire from their side, but still they have been neutralized.
Okay, they were challenged and there was an encounter and the terrorists were neutralized. You know, I was just speaking to Manish Tiwari, a former information and broadcasting minister in the UPA regime, and he said it looks a little too packed. The fact that these people escaped between 2 a.m. and 3 a.m., the fact that they were spotted suddenly in an open area around 11 in the morning, and by 11:30 all 8 are dead. He says this requires detailed investigation. Hemendra, are there voices in Madhya Pradesh also that say that this should be investigated? It just looks too convenient that they escaped by between 2 and 3 and they were all dead by 11:30.
Tracking.
Okay, I'll try and reestablish that line with my colleague Hemendra Sharma in just a moment. But these are images that you see of the 8. Now these are some of these images could also be the bodies of the 8 terrorists, hardcore terrorists, according to the Madhya Pradesh police. All of them had escaped from Bhopal Central Prison around 2:30 this morning. They had killed a prison guard. The moment they escaped, the Madhya Pradesh police was informed, and after that, one of our sources in the Madhya Pradesh police told us that they laid a cordon. They had their teams that had fanned out and they widened the area of search. That is where they received some information about spotting suspicious movement near the Einthkhedi village. This open area around the Einthkhedi village, there was some information about suspicious movement. That is where the police team, it struck immediately. It challenged these terrorists and there was an encounter in which all 8 terrorists have been killed. But so far, no clarity, no official word from either the Madhya Pradesh government or the Director General of Police or from the Madhya Pradesh police, except top sources in Madhya Pradesh government told India Today that all 8 terrorists had been gunned down. This would be a matter of investigation. Okay, let's try and listen in. And Bhupendra Singh, the Madhya Pradesh Home Minister, now joins me on the phone line. Sir, what more can you tell us about this encounter?
ये एनकाउंटर में 8 को मार दिया
जी। ये इनकाउंटर कहां हुआ, क्या उनके पास हथियार थे?
ये अचारपुरा के पास परवलिया मालिक मानखेड़ा है, यहाँ पर ये इनकाउंटर हुआ है और इसमें हमारी मध्य प्रदेश पुलिस को ऑटो को मार गिराने में सफलता प्राप्त हुई।
क्या उनको जिंदा पकड़ना संभव था भूपेंद्र सिंह जी?
नहीं, काफी प्रयास किए गए पर वो लगातार भागने की कोशिश कर रहे थे और कोई रास्ता नहीं था और इसलिए मारना पड़ा।
कांग्रेस का कहना है कि इसमें जांच होनी चाहिए कि कैसे 2:30 बजे वो गायब हुए, जेल तोड़कर भागे और 11:30 तक इनकाउंटर भी हो गया और 8 मर गए, 8 आतंकवादी मार दिए गए। क्या आपको लगता है ये जांच का विषय है?
कांग्रेस तो हमेशा आतंकवादियों को मदद करती रही है और आतंकवाद आज देश में कांग्रेस की गलत नीतियों का ही परिणाम है। प्रेस उनसे पूछना चाहते कि वो क्या चाहते आतंकवादी हो दिया जाए।
किंतु क्या ये एक्स्ट्रा जुडिशियल किलिंग के रूप में नहीं इसे देखा जाएगा कि 2:30 बजे आतंकवादी जेल से फरार होते और 10 बजे 11 बजे तक उनका 8 का इनकाउंटर हो गया? अगर उनके पास हथियार नहीं थे तो उनको जिंदा पकड़ना संभव नहीं था?
इसको तो बढ़ा देना चाहिए सरकार को। कार्रवाई हम लोगों ने की है, इतने खुनखार आदमी है, पूरी देश की सुरक्षा को खतरा था, अनेक लोग मारे और उसके बाद अगर कांग्रेस को बधाई नहीं दे तो कम से कम देना ही चाहिए था सरकार को। पर इतनी राजनीति में इतने ऊंचे स्तर पर कांग्रेस आएगी हम लोग सोच नहीं सकते।
आपको लग रहा है कि जो विपक्ष इस पर सवाल उठा रहा है भूपेंद्र सिंह जी, वो गलत राजनीति कर रहा है, आपको बधाई देने के बजाय आपसे प्रश्न पूछ रहा है? लेकिन एक सवाल, क्या इन आतंकवादियों के पास कोई बाहर से मदद थी? क्या इनके पास हथियार थे? किन परिस्थितियों में ये इनकाउंटर हुआ?
हेलो
जी, किन परिस्थितियों में ये इनकाउंटर हुआ?
हेलो
भूपेंद्र सिंह जी, मैं गौरव सावंत बोल रहा हूं इंडिया टुडे से। किन परिस्थितियों में ये इनकाउंटर हुआ? जी जी, किन परिस्थितियों में ये इनकाउंटर हुआ? Okay, we seem to have lost that line with the Home Minister of Madhya Pradesh, but there we now have an official confirmation from the Home Minister of Madhya Pradesh that an encounter has taken place. All 8 terrorists were killed as they tried to escape. They were challenged, they were asked to give up, they were asked to surrender, but on the contrary, according to the Home Minister of Madhya Pradesh, they tried to escape, and that is where all 8 were gunned down. The Home Minister of Madhya Pradesh has also accused the Congress party of indulging in politics on the issue, saying that the Congress should congratulate the government for this successful and swift encounter in neutralizing the terrorists, instead of now claiming that this should be investigated as an alleged extrajudicial killing. And there you see images of the encounter in Einthkhedi village in Madhya Pradesh. This is about 15 to 18 kilometers. That is what we are being told. This is 15 to 18 kilometers from the site of the Bhopal Central Prison. That is where they escaped. Let's try and listen in to the audio link that is coming in from these images.
जहां ये एनकाउंटर हुआ, जहां ये बाईं ओर की तस्वीर में जो आप आतंकी देख रहे हैं, सिमी आतंकी मार गिराए गए। सबसे पहले मौके पर पहुंचा IBC 24, उससे आपको हम ये पूरी खबर, पूरा घटनाक्रम की पल पल की अपडेट पहुंचा रहे थे और आखिरकार कैसे आतंकवाद का खात्मा हुआ, ये भी तस्वीरें हम आप तक लगातार दिखा रहे हैं। नवीन सिंह मौके पर मौजूद है। नवीन के पास हम जाएंगे और बात करने की कोशिश करेंगे। अधिकारी जिनसे बात करने की कोशिश जरूर की जा रही है, हालांकि शायद अधिकारी कुछ अभी कहने की स्थिति में नहीं है, लेकिन एक राहत की खबर ये है कि जो आतंकी जेल तोड़कर फरार हुए थे, एक प्रधान आरक्षक की हत्या कर दी थी, उन आतंकियों को पुलिस ने ढेर कर दिया है ज्वाइंट ऑपरेशन में TS और पुलिस बल के। तभी आतंकी ढेर हो गए। तस्वीरें भी लगातार हम आप तक पहुंचा रहे हैं। घटना के बाद की ये तस्वीरें हैं, ये वो आतंकवाद का चेहरा है जिसका खात्मा इस ऑपरेशन के साथ ही हो गया है। सबसे पहले IBC 24 पर देखिए ये तस्वीरें।
And big breaking story here on India Today. All 8 terrorists who escaped from the Bhopal Central Prison have been gunned down by the Madhya Pradesh police. The Madhya Pradesh Home Minister Bhupendra Singh, in an exclusive conversation with India Today, confirmed that all 8 have been killed. He also accused the Congress party of indulging in politics on this issue, saying instead of congratulating the government for a swift operation, they are calling it an extrajudicial killing. I want to bring in India Today's Kamaljeet Kaur Sandhu for more on the story. Kamal, what's the latest?
Well, absolutely. With the question that these 8 men have been together instead of making way and running in different directions, these kind of questions would have been raised. In a way, Madhya Pradesh police will have to come clean on it. But this was acting as a major embarrassment that these men had not just made an attempt to flee once, but at least twice. Khandwa 2013, then again in 2016 now. 3 of the accused were arrested way back in Feb 2016 itself from Rourkela, Odisha. We've been told by Telangana police forces. The other fact is obviously about how a high secure prison has been breached in a certain way. These are the questions which were being raised. And obviously with the Madhya Pradesh police being left red-faced, they had to act. There was an alert which was sounded immediately after the escape. Obviously with information coming in, we've been told by our sources. There was a talk about how there was a police informer who had actually told the police about the whereabouts of these young men. And now they've been gunned down. There have been questions which have been raised about the encounter. But at this point of time, Madhya Pradesh police is not only calling this a success, but also face saver.
Okay. So the latest that we are getting is all 8 have been killed. The Madhya Pradesh Home Minister Bhupendra Singh told India Today that these terrorists were challenged as they tried to escape, but they didn't surrender. On the contrary, they tried to escape. According to Bhupendra Singh, the Home Minister of Madhya Pradesh, since these were hardcore terrorists, the security forces could not take a chance by letting them escape, and they opened fire, in which all 8 terrorists were gunned down by the anti-terror squad of the Madhya Pradesh police and the local police. And these are the first images of that encounter site that we are getting you, where the encounter took place. India Today's Devina Gupta now takes it away.
Well, Gaurav, let's take our viewers through exactly the location which we're mapping out here. This is the Bhopal Central Jail that you can see on the map. And just about 11 kilometers from here, if I can take our viewers through it, this is Einthkhedi, where the encounter has taken place. So Bhopal Central Jail around midnight yesterday is when 8 SIMI terrorists managed to flee from this high security prison. And after much of media pressure, India Today was first to also get exclusive details on the story. 11 kilometer where they're spotted by a villager, according to initial reports, at Einthkhedi village, where one of them was washing their face, and then they informed the ATS as per the initial reports coming in, and that's where the encounter has taken place. A much political firefight that we've seen on the ground, but interestingly, Einthkhedi is about 11 kilometers from the jail where they managed to escape. It's got 20 feet high wall as well, Gaurav. So questions also being raised, how they were able to procure bedsheet, ropes and even a sharp object, scale the wall, managed to cross 11-kilometer distance from midnight to say about 11 a.m. in the morning, where the first report came out of the encounter taking place, and finally they were gunned down at Einthkhedi village. Back to you.